If there are other employees out there that are feeling scared to come forward with information, if they have any, that they need to know it's okay to do that.
A Coin 6 investigation reveals time card tampering in the Providence medical system is not a one-time problem. Tonight, a plea for a check of all employee hours. Welcome, everyone, to Coin News 6 at 6. I'm Jeff Gianola.
And I'm Kelly Day. Now, last month, we broke the story of nurses who said that Providence supervisors were changing their time cards and giving them less pay. Chris Woodard has been looking into this from the beginning. And Chris, another employee came forward about another tampering issue?
Exactly, Kelly. She saw her story about complaints of nurses, realized it was the same thing that had happened to her in her department a few years ago. And that all got us looking for some more answers.
We've all heard it. Time is money. And no one knows that better than this woman.
Oh, that really pissed me off.
Concerned about what may happen to her for speaking out.
It's a sense of justice that we didn't receive that I hope these nurses do.
This Providence Portland Medical Center employee asked us to conceal her identity.
We got our money back, yes, but we were told to keep it quiet or be discreet about it.
Her case? Proof the time card tampering in the Providence system is not a one-time problem. Last month, we told you about nurses at Providence St. Vincent who claim they've been cheated out of overtime by managers who intentionally changed their time cards, basically making those nurses work for free.
From the evidence that we've been presented, it's a very serious concern that this would be a practice.
And despite a hospital statement then saying they have no reason to believe it is a widespread issue, we now have this. Our investigation has turned up evidence a similar thing was happening in a physical therapy department at Providence Portland Medical Center 3 years ago. This woman, one of those affected. In her case, about $200.
Do you think it's a matter of innocent mistakes or inept management?
I think probably more the latter than innocent.
We also uncovered court documents revealing a class action suit has been filed on behalf of any employees who worked at Providence in the last 6 years.
The Portland attorney here, who's representing the employees, says he has no idea how many employees are involved. But he says he finds it hard to believe this time card tampering was limited to one Providence facility or one group of employees.
I'm not shocked. I'm angered by it because I feel there's this trickle-down effect of upper management putting a lot of pressure on our supervisors and managers of different departments and making ethical people do stupid things to try and make their budget.
So how deep does this run? What is Providence doing to make sure even more employees weren't cheated out of their pay? How do you make sure it doesn't happen again? Those are all questions we wanted to ask someone from Providence in an on-camera interview. Instead, we got this.
After a week of back and forth with the Providence spokesperson, a typed statement referring to time card problems in the physical therapy case, Providence spokesman Gary Walker says it was isolated to the actions taken by one supervisor in one department. Following the 2010 review, appropriate personnel action was taken. The statement goes on to say it would not be accurate to link this isolated incident to the recent review at Providence St. Vincent Medical Center.
I'm hoping that because this has come to light and it's been publicized, that Providence will be more likely to follow the rules.
Well, Providence points out in both of these cases they have conducted reviews to make sure employees were paid properly. They are still auditing the last 6 years of nursing pay at St. Vincent's, but now at least one employee and one lawyer looking at the case think the time and time cards of all employees must be checked.
Providence tells us that 42 current and former employees were affected in that incident involving physical therapy employees. The spokesman said Providence paid all of those employees on average $173 to correct those time card errors. Jeff?
Coin 6 is always investigating, and we want to hear from you. So if you have a story you want us to look into, click on the Report It tab on coin.com.